shall be from 22nd to 24th of June 2026. Vetting shall be 25th to 27th of June 2026. Appeals shall be received from 28th to 30th June 2026. Then notice of polls will be from 2nd to 5th July 2026. Elections of constituency officers shall be from 11th to 12th July 2026. Then data entry and validation of constituency executive album will be from 13th to 26th July 2026. Then we move on to chapter and external branch elections. For NPP, when we speak of chapter and external branch, it refers to our diaspora party, our brothers and sisters who are in the diaspora. For chapter elections, opening, closing of nominations, vetting, appeals, elections, data entry, and validation of album is expected to take place within this period, 20th June to 19th July 2026. Branch elections shall be between branch opening and closing of nominations, and vetting, appeals, data entry, and validation of albums shall be from 15 July to 9th August. 15 July to 9th August 2026. It's expected that opening, closing of nominations, vetting, appeals, elections, data entry, and validation of the diaspora album would have been completed. Then we proceed to regional executive committee elections. Opening and closing of nominations for regional executive elections shall be from 15 to 17 July 2026. Then vetting shall be from 20th to 23rd July 2026. Appeals shall be from 24th to 26th July 2026. Then notice of polls shall be from 27th to 30th July 2026. The elections of regional executive officers shall be from 8th to 9th August 2026. Then data entry and validation of regional executive album shall be from 10th to 23rd August 2026. Now to the matter of all elections, national elections. National executive elections are as follows, the processes and the procedures. Opening and closing of nominations shall be from 10th to 14th of August. Filing of nominations shall be from 15th to 17th August. Vetting of aspirants shall be from 20th to 23rd of August 2026. Release of vetting report shall be on the 25th of August. Appeals shall be taken from 28th to 29th of August. Then the elections shall be held between 18th to 20th of September 2026. So, ladies and gentlemen, these are the timelines for the party's internal elections. Because of these timelines, National Council took notice of the fact that the tenure of office of some officers would expire in the course of these elections or before these elections. And therefore, by the power vested in National Council, it is established as follows. The polling station executive tenure has been extended from 5th March to 16th May 2026. Electoral area coordinators has been extended from 20th March to 15th June 2026. Constituency executive tenure has also been extended from 24th April to 12th July 2026. Chapter executive tenure has been extended from 24th April to 19th July. Branch executives, which I mean are diaspora branch, not the other branch. And I know the other branch. We are talking about NPP diaspora branch. From 22nd May 2026 to 9th August 2026, regional executives from 22nd May to 9th August 2026, the national executives from 16 July to 20th September 2026. Ladies and gentlemen, with this done, I have to take you through the guidelines for our internal elections. And this will take time, so I plead with you to exercise patience whilst I take you through the guidelines for our internal elections 2026. These rules and regulations governing the conduct of the party's internal elections are made pursuant to Article 18 and other relevant provisions of the Constitution of the New Patriotic Party as amended, which vests the National Council with the authority to prescribe guidelines for the effective administration and operation of the party at all levels. Guided by the findings and recommendations of Okwe Elections Review Committee on the party's 2024 electoral performance, especially concerns about the delegate system and organizational structure, the party has resolved to undertake comprehensive reforms to strengthen its internal democratic processes. Determined to entrench discipline, orderliness, transparency, and fairness in the conduct of internal elections, these rules and regulations affirm the party's enduring commitment to democratic values, credible competition, and equal opportunity for all aspirants, while decisively addressing the shortcomings that have characterized previous internal electoral processes. The party recognizes the necessity to rebuild, reorganize, and reposition through credible and merit-based elections of dedicated, competent, and principled officers to manage its affairs at all levels. The objective being to secure victory in the 2028 general elections. And the party is cognizant of the decisive steps taken in its rebuilding agenda by electing its presidential candidate for the 2028 general elections. Therefore, it finds it imperative to proceed deliberately and strategically in establishing robust, coherent, and sustainable structures for the elections of party officers from polling stations level through the electoral area, constituency, and external branches to the regional and national levels. Now, therefore, the New Patriotic Party, at its meeting of the NEC and National Council, hereby enacts and adopts these rules and regulations for the conduct of the party's internal elections at all levels of the party. Registration of members. The National Executive Committee and the National Council of the New Patriotic Party has directed that prior to the commencement of the party internal elections, for the elections of party executives from polling station level to the national level, a comprehensive registration of party members shall be undertaken, which are stated in the timelines. Accordingly, the period from 1st to 31st March 2026 has been designated for this critical exercise. This registration exercise constitutes a fundamental pillar of the party's internal electoral process and is intended to ensure accuracy, credibility, and integrity in the conduct of the forthcoming elections. Pursuant to Article 3 of the NPP Constitution as amended, the registration of members shall be conducted at respective polling stations where members ordinarily cast their ballot during national elections. To facilitate this exercise, the party shall dispatch official membership register to all polling stations, and those who already have the register are supposed to continue with the register. These registers shall be made available at designated venues during polling station meetings, where members are required to personally record their names and relevant details. The key word is the registration can only take place at polling station meetings. So nobody can sit in his home or a home to compile this list. This list shall be compiled at polling station meetings. So when there is no polling station meetings, then registration cannot also take place. And the party will strictly monitor and make sure the right thing is done. All party members are therefore strongly urged to proceed to their respective polling stations within the stipulated period to have their names duly captured in the polling station membership register. For the avoidance of doubt, only members whose details are duly entered into the official membership register at the polling station shall be eligible to vote or to contest in the forthcoming polling station elections. Failure to participate in this one-month membership registration exercise shall automatically disqualify a member from voting or contesting in the party's internal elections. This registration exercise is mandatory and indispensable to the successful conduct of the party's internal democratic process. So what it means is that even if you have party card, you still have to go to your polling stations to take part in the registration exercise. Without that, you cannot take part in the polling station elections. And as General Secretary, as a registered member of the party, I will go to my polling station to register so that I can take part in the voting exercise at my polling station. The Constituency Secretariat, comprising the Constituency Secretary, Constituency Organizer, Deputy Secretary, Research and Elections Officer, and IT Officer, shall, under the supervision of the respective Constituency Executive Committee, key in the details of all polling station members into the party's membership management system. But where we have a sitting member of parliament, the sitting member of parliament shall nominate a representative to be part of the data entry team. Polling stations meetings, as I indicated. All polling stations meetings are supposed to happen within the month of March, and at least every polling station is supposed to have one meeting every week. At least in the course of the week, you are supposed to have one meeting. Every registered party member is required to at least one of such meetings at his or her respective polling station. Where polling stations are organized in clusters, joint meetings may be held for the purposes of coordination and efficiency. Notwithstanding this arrangement, each polling station shall maintain a separate membership register and records, which must not, under any circumstances, be merged with those of another polling station. You agree with me that in some places, you have one center having multiple polling centers. Polling station A, polling station B, but they are all in one center. So to organize polling station meetings, it will be difficult to have one polling station meeting from the other because they are all found in one place. So it is allowed for those polling stations in that center, what we refer to as cluster, to hold one polling station. But in so doing, at the point of registration, they must take the voter's ID card to register each member in their polling station register. And that is very important. Venues and times for all polling station meetings within each constituency shall and officially be published by the Constituency Executive Committee before the start of the registration. So before 1st of March, it's the duty of the Constituency Executive Committee to furnish National Party with the list of the venue and times of all polling station meetings in their respective constituencies. It is important that as a party, before one is able to take part in our elections, the person must be a member of good standing. And therefore, payment of dues is very important and crucial to our parties. So members who want to pay their dues are advised to go through the following means. You can dial *920*270# on all networks, *920*270# on all networks to pay your membership dues, or you can also do same on the NPP mobile app. Attendance at every polling station shall be properly recorded, and all members present shall sign or thumbprint at the attendance register accordingly. Now to the rules and regulations for polling station elections. Ladies and gentlemen, the polling station elections shall be supervised by a representative appointed by the Regional Steering Committee and the Constituency Executive Committee. The representative from the Regional Steering Committee shall be the chairperson for the polling station elections supervision committee. The National Secretariat shall have oversight responsibility over the conduct of the polling station elections at each constituency. Polling station elections shall be conducted by a 3-member polling station elections committee across the constituency within the scheduled time or scheduled date. So what it means is that once the regional representative and the constituency executive committee meet, they are supposed to form the polling station elections committee. They are the ones who are supposed to conduct the elections, while the regional and the constituency executive committee will provide the supervisory role. They are supposed to supervise the elections. The polling station election committee for each constituency, as I indicated, shall be appointed by the constituency executive committee and the regional steering committee, provided that those who are supposed to be members of the polling station election committee must be those who reside in the constituency and vote in the constituency. In constituencies where the party has a sitting member of parliament, the MP shall nominate one representative out of the 3-member polling station elections committee. So let's take note of it. Let's take note of it. Where we have a sitting member of parliament, the MP shall nominate one representative out of the 3-member polling station elections committee. The constituency executive committee shall furnish the regional steering committee and the national secretariat with the list of the polling station elections committee at least 1 week before the opening of nomination for polling station elections. As we have indicated, polling station elections, we will open nominations, and before we open the nominations, those who are going to conduct the polling station elections, who are to be appointed by the constituency executive committee, that list should be furnished by the committee to the national secretariat even before we open nominations. In selecting the members of the polling station elections committee, the criteria shall be that 1, a person can be a senior party member, former party executive, former MMDC, former member of parliament, former parliamentary candidate, serving or former assembly member or former government appointees, and an opinion leader in the constituency. These are the area or the pool from which the constituency elections supervisory committee can appoint the members of the polling station election committee from. Again, all polling station elections committee shall not conduct more than 10 polling station elections without the prior approval of the National Secretariat. So what it means is that those 3-member committee that has been appointed as polling station elections committee, they can only conduct elections for 10 polling stations, only 10 polling stations. Outside the 10, they have to get clearance from the National Secretariat. Most importantly also, members of the polling station elections committee shall not be eligible to contest in the polling station elections, electoral area, or constituency executive committee elections. What it means is that if you have any interest to become a polling station executive, electoral area executive, or constituency officer, you cannot directly be part of this exercise. You cannot be a member of the polling station elections committee, because once you have an interest, you cannot be part of this committee. We don't want any interest in this process. The polling station elections committee shall adopt the venue for polling station meetings as venue for the conduct of the polling station elections within the time frame approved by the National Council. What it means is that the polling station elections committee are supposed to conduct the polling station elections at the venue where the polling station meetings are held. So therefore, you cannot choose a different venue. You cannot use someone's house, you cannot use someone's place to do the polling station election, or let that place the venue for the polling station meeting. All this is important to ensure that there is credibility and transparency in the conduct of the polling station elections. Then the venue and dates for the polling station elections must be widely published by the polling station election committee at least 4 days to the scheduled date for the elections. So if there's going to be a polling station the notice must be given at least 4 days before the polling station elections are conducted. And voting shall be conducted between 7 a.m. and 5 p.m. Again, it is important that the polling station election committee, for them to conduct any polling station elections, they can only do so within the hours of 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. The voting shall be by ballot or head count where there are 2 or more aspirants, and by acclamation where there is only 1 aspirant. Again, the nomination fee, anyone who wants to contest at the polling station election shall pay 10 Ghana cedis. 10 Ghana cedis for the forms. F4. You know, we are very considerate and we understand the hardship that Ghanaians are going through. So at least we need to sympathize with those who are aspiring to contest for positions. Another important point that we need to also take note of is that nomination forms can be or shall be acquired from the polling station elections committee or at the constituent secretariat at the cost of 10 cedis, as I indicated. The forms can also be downloaded from the party's website, www.newpatrioticparty.org, where an aspiring polling station executive downloads the forms from the website. He or she shall pay the required 10 cedis to the polling station elections committee upon submission of the completed form. And where an aspiring aspirant is unable or is denied the opportunity to file his nomination or her nomination at the polling station elections committee, he or she may, through a petition, file his nomination at the constituency, regional, or national secretariat. An aspiring polling station executive shall be nominated by 1 person and seconded by 2 registered members of the party, all of whom shall be party members in good standing at the polling station. So therefore, if you want to contest for any position at the polling station, you have to be nominated by 1 person and seconded by 2 registered members at the polling station whose names are in the register. The polling station election committee shall receive the completed nomination form from each aspiring polling station executive. The polling station elections committee again shall be responsible for vetting all aspiring polling station executives in the polling stations. Furthermore, each polling station executive committee shall provide the notice of poll, which shall be made available at least 4 days to the date of the elections. Appeals by a person aggrieved with the decision of the polling station elections committee shall be submitted to the constituency executive committee. The constituency executive committee shall within 48 hours hear the appeal and make determination. Where a petitioner is dissatisfied with the decision of the constituency executive committee, such person shall refer it to the regional steering committee and their decision shall be final. For qualification and eligibility, a person who wishes to contest in our polling station elections must be 1, a registered member of the NPP. If you are not a registered member, you can certainly not contest to become a polling station executive. That one is fair. Then you must be a member in good standing. That means you must have paid your membership dues in full. For NPP, you can even pay 2 cedis a month as a membership dues. We are a party that is very considerate. So the whole year is 24 cedis. So you must make sure that you have paid your dues before you can contest. Also importantly, to be able to become a polling station executive or to be able to contest, you must reside at the electoral area where the polling station is located and vote at the polling station. This point is also very important. We don't want a situation whereby someone does not reside in the electoral area but wants to become a polling station executive. It is not allowed in these internal elections. You must reside in the electoral area before you can contest for a polling station position, and must vote at that polling station you intend to contest. Then you must also demonstrate your active membership in the party for at least 1 year. Then you must be a registered voter with the Electoral Commission of Ghana. So it is only those who are registered voters who can become executives at the polling station. Then you must not have forfeited your membership, which means that in the 2024 elections, you shouldn't have supported a different candidate or party aside the New Patriotic Party. If you did, then you are disqualified from contesting for position at the polling station. In the case of an applicant for any of the organizational ring, polling station organizer, youth organizer, women organizer, the person must demonstrate strong fitness, vibrance, and agility. You must demonstrate that indeed you can do your job in the organizational ring. In the case of an applicant for polling station secretary and electoral affairs officer, the applicant must at least possess senior high school qualification. In the case of an applicant for polling station youth organizer, you must not have attained more than 40 years. It is the duty of the polling station executive, it's the duty of an aspiring polling station executive to satisfy the polling station elections committee that he or she has met all the above qualification and eligibility requirements. Ladies and gentlemen, we are painstakingly going through this process because we want to have a credible elections. We want to have a transparent elections. So that at the end of the day, just as how we were able to peacefully and successfully conduct the presidential primary, that Ghanaians are giving us commendation, we will see the same commendation in our polling station election. That's why